Hello everyone! A lot of people were super shocked in my last video to find out that I'm so young and I'm living in a Chinese small town. A lot of people were also curious of my American parents' POV. So today I'm gonna share my experience, and I'm also gonna later call my mom and let her share her side of the story too, to give you guys all the tea and juicy gossip. I first want to say my parents literally had no prior knowledge to China at all. The only thing they knew about China was pandas, orange chicken, and some stories from the Western media. And as you all know, the Western media is kind of biased, so my parents had a lot of misconceptions. My parents are also quite conservative. They are religious and traditional, so that's what I was working with. More context. I am mixed. I grew up speaking Korean, and I think this cultural diversity background helped made this transition easier. I used to live in Korea as a teen, and when I was living there, I handled every responsibility by myself. Banking, taxes, insurance, visas, resident permit. I'm independent. I think I gained a lot of trust from my parents at that time and proved I'm capable. And after that, I just always kind of saw myself living in Asia again in the future, more long term. And so I always talked about Asia. In uni, my parents eventually suspected that I had a boyfriend because I would stay awake late at night on phone calls. Later, when I told them that he was Chinese, they didn't even care. Later, when I said I want to go to China and actually meet him, that's when they got alerted. But you can go watch my other video where I talked about how my boyfriend made a PPT in order to convince them and everything. And when I was 20, I traveled to China for the first time. I stayed for 2 months living in my boyfriend's small town house, so I already knew the living conditions and the housing situation. And yeah, after that, I worked really hard to graduate university early, and I also worked really hard at a part-time job to save up money to move. And by the time I was 21, I finished university and I had money saved up, and I just told my parents I'm ready. You know, love gives people superhuman motivation. My parents also understood that at that time, for him to get an American visa would be basically impossible. You know, he is just a young student with no career experience, no property, no money saved in the bank account, and no travel abroad experience. So the only way was for me to go to China. Okay, now I'm gonna insert the clip where I call my mom, and please, warning, because of the time difference and my mom's working hours, I had to wake up super early to call her, and I was super sleepy the whole time, so I low-key looked like a zombie and my speech was super delayed. Please don't judge me. Okay, we are on air. Mrs. Yumi's mom, are you with us?
Yes, hi. So what did I think of China before you moved there?
Yes. Short and sweet.
I thought it was going to be just so different than the U.S.
How so?
But I don't know, clean or easy to get around, or wasn't going to like the food.
Say that again, how you thought it wasn't as technically advanced.
Really? You want me to say that?
That's honesty, because that's what our media is showing basically, right?
Yeah. The cities were so big and clean, and just so much nicer and upscale than most things I've seen here.
Question number 2. Were you shocked and nervous when I said I wanted to move to China?
First, because you're going to be on the other side of the world, because I had never seen China for myself.
Yeah, valid. That's valid. You must have seen this coming, right?
Well, I knew that you did want to move out of the country. I just wasn't sure which Asian country you're gonna move to. Definitely, I saw that coming. But also, sometimes the weather is very scary too.
Oh yeah, that was something I had to get used to, like the typhoons and the big lightning storms and all that.
Thing is yes, I was really nervous about you moving so far away, period. Okay? I would have been nervous about you moving anywhere far away, right?
Yeah.
Out of state, but especially China because of
the news, the politics.
The news and the politics, definitely. Well, part of it is because I had never met him. Yeah. Do you want me to say that too?
Yeah, because that's like super valid.
I think we were just like, saying to ourselves, what are we doing? We're hoping that she's not being like
catfish. There was like so many things that could have gone wrong, but thankfully it all worked out. Did it concern you that I was moving to a small town in China instead of like a big international city like Shanghai?
No, it really didn't make me nervous about you moving to a small town at first, because I knew you were with your boyfriend's family, and so that brought me some comfort because I knew that they cared for you and would take care of you.
Yeah, it's weird. At first, like, I wasn't nervous about going to a small town too, because where we grew up in America is not like a big city or anything. Then like I got here and everyone was like, whoa, like you're in a small town? And I'm like, yeah, is it that weird? And then they're like, yeah, that's crazy.
Similar to if you went to a Midwestern state and there's, they haven't seen a lot of different people there. So, standing out is not always the best.
It would be weird for like a Chinese person to go to like deep Alabama too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, the last question. How did I convince you to let me go through with this? Like, what made you have faith in me?
First of all, visiting was very impressive when he presented, all the itinerary and everything for we're first going to meet him. It was a PowerPoint presentation. It was like so well prepared, and we're like so impressed by him. So I thought, okay, this is what she really wants. This is what he really wants, and he's going to take care of her. I didn't want to hold you back. Didn't want to stop you because I didn't want you to be sad. So, maybe have regrets or resentment. So, of course, I wanted you to be happy and go, even if it meant me being sad to see you go.
Oh, that's a great answer. Thank you, Mom.
Yeah, you're welcome.